we're not far away from the show, and look at all your little glam fans here.
I know, they look great.
They're looking sensational.
Looking great.
Oh, look, there we go, little wave.
Hi, guys. Actually, you know, I'll tell you a secret. They're actually a little cuter here than I've seen in a while. Just going to put that out there.
Probably a lot hotter than in Australia. You'll find that out when you go
All right,
next.
all right. I'll find that out. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, amazing, this tour. It's going to be 5 months long. What can we expect when we see you tonight?
You know, lots of glam, lots of glitter and leather, and you know, the cool thing about the show is it really takes 3 different sections, basically. The first one is real seductive and mysterious and a little bit psychedelic and dark. And then it goes into a section that's actually very vulnerable and acoustic, talks about heartache and longing and loneliness, and then rebuilding and empowerment. So there's this honesty section. And then the third section, again, is glitz and glam, but all with a huge smile. It's very joyful, over the top, really camp. So it really kind of explores the 3 sides to who I am as a person.
How many costume changes are we going to see tonight?
You know, it's kind of hard to actually count them because there's different phases. There's one major change where it's like the shoes come off, the pants come off, it all comes off. But I think it's about 5 different looks, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, it's interesting you say the pants come off because you have just come from Malaysia where you have been causing a bit of a stir. And
they come off backstage, behind the scenes. It doesn't happen on stage.
Oh, okay.
No stripping.
Oh, people will be disappointed.
I remember they said that to me. Please, no stripping. I'm like, don't worry. I only kiss. I don't strip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you had to tone it down in Malaysia.
Just a touch.
How did you feel about that?
I felt like I was performing for Grandma and Grandpa. No big deal.
No big deal.
You know, the media tended to really sensationalize it, make a huge deal out of it. And in reality, it was really just a, hey, you know, our culture is a bit more conservative here. Can you just tone it down a touch? It's a decent compromise to make if it means that I can perform for my fans there. And the place was sold out. It was over 10,000 people. The audience was incredible, and we had a great show.
So this is a big tour. This is your first sort of real worldwide tour.
Yeah.
What have you learned about yourself so far? Because it's a pretty full-on schedule.
You know, I think I'm actually surprised at how much I can get through now. I think that's one of the things that I've noticed. I think before, I thought, oh gosh, how am I going to do this? And we were planning, and I thought, oh, this is going to be rough. Oh, this is going to be really tiring. And actually, I'm getting through it. You know, I think the audience really charges me up. It's like plugging into a battery every night. You know, it's a lot of energy that I get from them. And ultimately, the other thing that I've learned is that no matter where you go, no matter what the culture is, what the color of the skin is, the language, music is universal. They're all jamming out. They know the lyrics to the songs. They're all wearing their eyeliner and their leather and their little gloves, and their hair's dyed black and spiky, and it's universal. And that's really cool to see that.
Yeah. Did you learn anything, or was there anything you took from Idol that you could bring to who you are now and what you are now?
I think that variety was something that I learned was very effective when I was on Idol. That you can't just sing a loud rock song every week. For me, it was do a loud rock song, then switch it up, get quiet, get soft, try this style, try that style, change your outfits, change your hair. The variety thing is something that I think audiences really crave. And so even in a one-night concert, I try to take a journey with them. My album is that way. Hopefully my career will be that way, and I think that just keeps people guessing and it keeps people interested.
Mm-hmm. Now you've talked about the fact that you've met with Madonna, got advice from her and Lady Gaga. Mm-hmm. These are not people you just bump into.
No,
so
it's been an
how
honor.
did you meet them?
Madonna, that was a trip because she's been an icon for me since I was a kid. My guitar player that I've actually known for a long time, even before all this Idol stuff, he was my guitar player in my band and my co-writer. And he's worked with her for the past 10 years, doing tours for her. And so he introduced us, and I got to go and talk to her. It was only a 5-minute conversation, mind you. The Queen has a busy schedule, but it meant a lot to me, and she was very cool. And then Lady Gaga actually wrote a song on my album called Fever, and she was in the studio when we recorded it together, so it was really exciting to meet her as well.
Is there somebody that you sort of have mentoring you in that sort of Lady Gaga, Madonna kind of, or is it, is it more the mentors you have around you, the people that help you with your music?
I think, a lot of my mentoring happened when I was younger. I think that's why I finally auditioned for Idol, and I think that's why things worked out for me, because I was finally ready. A lot of my more impressionable years, I think, were early on, my teenage years and my early 20s. But then I would say that, the producers that I've worked with on my album and the people that I've written with, I definitely learned a lot from. I was just getting into the recording industry before this Idol stuff. I started writing, I started recording demos, and so I had a little experience, but not on the caliber that these other people were at that I started working with. So I picked up a lot from them, a lot of advice, a lot of experience. Just their instincts are so sharp because they know what they're doing. They've written so many hits, and that's something that I've learned a lot from.
Are we going to see any duets, collaborations on your next album? I know you
I hope
got any plans.
I hope so. Nothing has been planned yet.
Yeah.
Nothing has been started even. I think I'm going to do that in the winter when I'm done touring.
Do you have a dream person you'd love to work with?
I've said it. I've always wanted to sing with Christina Aguilera since she first came out. I think she's an incredible singer. I'd love to sing with Pink. She wrote "What Do You Want From Me," but I'd love to sing it with her. David Bowie would be really exciting to work with.
You've got a bit of a list.
I have a list.
You've got a few people to work through.
Yeah, Madonna would be great to work with. Sia would be really cool to work with. Kelly Rowland is someone I've talked to. I would even get a kick out of what was I going to say? Missy Elliott.
Oh, yeah.
I'd get a kick out of working with her as a producer. I think she's amazing. Yeah.
Cool.
I have a diverse list.
You do it. Yeah, hey, you got a bit of time to work through that.
Yeah.
That's all good. Now, you've been to New Zealand before when you were around about 19.
Yeah, I was 19, 20. I worked on a cruise ship. It was my first job. And I was away from home for about 10 months. And I was doing the world cruise, and we stopped here for one afternoon.
Yeah.
And this time I'm not staying for much longer. So,
so 2 afternoons worth of what? Have you managed to do anything today?
Not today. Today's been spent all here in the arena. But yesterday I got in and I went and had dinner with some friends from the show, and we went out, had a couple drinks, and got a little taste of the nightlife, which I did not get to do the first time because I had to be back on the ship at 6:30.
Okay, well maybe next time you could work towards having an entire day where you can sort of do something.
Exactly, or a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine that.
Imagine. All right. What do you think is the biggest misconception about you at the moment?
There's probably a lot of them, and I try not to pay attention to the misconceptions because I'm just like, you don't know me. I think sometimes people think that I'm always going to be in crazy theatrical costumes, in a full face of makeup, and that I'm completely insane. And none of that's true. I'm actually a lot more down to earth than I think people think I am. When I'm on the beach, I wear flip-flops and shorts, and maybe even a tacky lifeguard hat.
Outrageous.
You know, there's not always leather and glitter wherever I go. And I do sit around in a pair of sweatpants and a t-shirt and lounge around the house like everybody else.
And what's your favourite horrible food, nasty food, fat food?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
I love ice cream.
Particular flavour?
Love it. Mint chip is usually really right on the money. Yeah.
We do very good ice cream here, so make sure you grab
I might take you up on it. I'm trying to be good, but I'm not doing a very good job.
You'll work it off. Another show.
Yeah, I sweat like a pig in this show, let me tell you.
That's good to know. I'm not going to be in the front row.
I'm working hard.
I'm not standing in the front row.
Yeah. I should just do a sweat rag toss.
Yeah. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask you, have you bought something quite outrageous since you started to, be famous, get a little bit of cash behind you? What's the most outlandish thing you've bought so far?
You know, I've been pretty modest. I have a couple of pieces of clothing that are probably a little excessive. I like nice things, designers, clothing, jewelry, things like that, but nothing too crazy. I started renting a house when I was in LA, and that was the first time I'd ever done that. I lived in a studio apartment in Hollywood for the past 10 years that was very humble. So it was pretty exciting to have a place that had a garage and a yard and more than one bedroom.
2 rooms, yeah.
A full kitchen. It was the first time I've had a dishwasher. I mean, it was very exciting.
Do you cook?
A little bit, yeah. I like making breakfast.
Right.
I'm good at that.
Best meal of the day?
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Good if you have company over too.
Well, that's true.
It's a good skill to be able to do a little coffee and an omelette.
Now, you wouldn't be able to say that in Malaysia because we can't talk about anything that might be slightly suggestive.
No.
Fortunately, you're in New Zealand.
No hugging even.
No, no hugging. But we're going to see plenty of that tonight, aren't we?
Actually, I don't think I hug anybody, but a big, nice, wet, juicy kiss, of course.
Always goes down well.
Always better than a hug, actually, in my opinion.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pleasure
nice to meet you.
Thank
I
you.
love those earrings.
Oh, thank you.
Is it abalone?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I was about to
beautiful.
say power because we say power here, but
What do they call
abalone.
it?
Power.
Power.
P-A-U-A.
Is that like the native word for it?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Abalone sounds horrendous.
The Mari, right?
Yeah. That's right. There
I'm
you go.
learning a
Look,
couple
you've had
things.
2 afternoons in a ring.
I'm always trying to absorb as much as I can. So then the next time we come back,
Yeah, I'll get you a pair of earrings.
Exactly. Great. Thank you.
Fabulous.
Thank
Thanks very much,
Nice
Anna.
meeting you.
Great.
Yeah. Cheers.